Next to Learn presents 20 plus 50 plus 20 MCQs with explanations from the Formalin JA. General understanding. 1. What is the main theme of from the Formalin JA? A. Family relationships. B. Life of a scientist. C. Road safety and consequences of reckless driving. D. The importance of education. Answer. C. Road safety and consequences of reckless driving. Explanation. The poem highlights the impact of reckless driving, using the image of a brain preserved in formalin to symbolize the fatal consequences. 2. What is preserved in the Formalin JA in the poem? A. Vicky's brain. B. A model of the brain. C. A specimen of animals. D. An academic certificate. Answer. A. Vicky's brain. Explanation. The brain of Vicky, who died due to reckless driving, is preserved in a Formalin JA as a reminder of his tragic end. 3. What was Vicky's attitude towards life? A. Cautious and careful. B. Reckless and careless. C. Pessimistic. D. Shy and reserved. Answer. B. Reckless and careless. Explanation. Vicky, like many young people, was reckless, not thinking about the consequences of his actions, like riding without a helmet. 4. Why is Vicky's brain described as insulted? A. It was preserved in a jar for display. B. It was not studied properly. C. It was disregarded after the accident. D. It was rejected by the family. Answer. A. It was preserved in a jar for display. Explanation. The brain is described as insulted because it is displayed as a specimen, symbolizing how his life ended in vain due to reckless driving. 5. What was Vicky's motto in life? A. No pain, no gain. B. Live in the moment. C. Live and let live. D. Life is short, enjoy it. Answer. A. No pain, no gain. Explanation. Vicky's motto reflects his youthful spirit, believing that hard work brings rewards, though it contrasts with his carelessness regarding safety. Character insights. 6. How is Vicky described in the poem? A. Lazy and uninterested. B. Diligent and studious. C. Reckless but full of life. D. Quiet and reserved. Answer. C. Reckless but full of life. Explanation. Vicky is portrayed as a young, vibrant individual who, despite his recklessness, had a bright future ahead of him. 7. What does Vicky cherish in the poem? A. His career. B. His friends. C. His grandmother. D. His new car. Answer. C. His grandmother. Explanation. Vicky has deep affection for his grandmother, symbolizing his close family ties despite his carefree attitude towards safety. 8. Who is blamed for Vicky's tragic end? A. His family. B. His friends. C. His own carelessness. D. The road conditions. Answer. C. His own carelessness. Explanation. The poem reflects how Vicky's failure to wear a helmet, a simple precaution, led to his untimely death. 9. How does the brain describe Vicky's death? A. An unavoidable accident. B. A foolish and pointless loss. C. A heroic sacrifice. D. A natural death. Answer. B. A foolish and pointless loss. Explanation. The brain in the JA describes Vicky's death as senseless, a result of a minor choice with fatal consequences. 10. What decision led to Vicky's death? A. Drinking alcohol. B. Choosing a dangerous road. C. Not wearing a helmet. D. Speeding recklessly. Answer. C. Not wearing a helmet. Explanation. Vicky's decision to ride without a helmet, even for a short ride, led to his tragic accident. Morals and lessons. 11. What is the main lesson of the poem? A. Life is short, enjoy it recklessly. B. Always take care when driving or riding. C. You only live once, take risks. D. It's okay to break the rules occasionally. Answer. B. Always take care when driving or riding. Explanation. The poem emphasizes the importance of safety and responsibility, urging readers to make wise choices to protect their lives. 12. What does the poem suggest about the consequences of carelessness? A. They can be ignored. B. They can lead to irreversible damage. C. They are temporary and fixable. D. They are not important. Answer. B. They can lead to irreversible damage. Explanation. The poem shows that a small act of carelessness, like not wearing a helmet, can have life-altering, irreversible consequences. 13. What is Vicky's life compared to in the poem? A. A waste of potential. B. A wasted opportunity. C. A foolish loss. D. A tragic waste. Answer: C. A foolish loss. Explanation: Vicky's life is portrayed as a waste because a simple act of caution could have saved him. 14. What does the poet hope for the youth reading the poem? A. To live recklessly and enjoy life. B. To learn from Vicky's mistake and prioritize safety. C. To ignore warnings about road safety. D. To take more risks. Answer: B. To learn from Vicky's mistake and prioritize safety. Explanation: The poet hopes that young people will understand the value of safety and avoid making the same mistake Vicky made. 15. Why is Vicky's brain described as displayed? A. To show his intellect. B. As a specimen to educate others. C. To showcase his achievements. D. To honor his memory. Answer: B. As a specimen to educate others. Explanation: Vicky's brain is displayed to serve as a lesson about the consequences of not following safety measures on the road. Symbolism and imagery. 16. What does the Formalin jar symbolize in the poem? A place of comfort. B. A symbol of death and preservation. C. A memorial to Vicky. D. A place of learning. Answer: B. A symbol of death and preservation. Explanation: The Formalin jar symbolizes the preservation of Vicky's brain as a grim reminder of the fatal consequences of his carelessness. 17. How does the poem portray the concept of youth? A. As reckless and carefree. B. As wise and cautious. C. As full of opportunity and success. D. As slow and hesitant. Answer: A. As reckless and carefree. Explanation: The poem suggests that youth often involves recklessness, but it also carries significant consequences when safety is ignored. 18. What does Vicky's brain symbolize in the poem? A. Life's potential. B. The futility of youth. C. The loss of opportunity. D. The consequences of neglecting safety. Answer: B. The consequences of neglecting safety. Explanation: Vicky's brain in the jar symbolizes the tragic end that results from neglecting basic safety precautions. 19. Why does the poet use formalin as a metaphor? A. To emphasize decay. B. To show preservation of an important part of the body. C. To show that life is preserved. D. To show the importance of science. Answer: B. To show preservation of an important part of the body. Explanation: Formalin, used to preserve biological specimens, symbolizes how Vicky's life was preserved only as a lesson for others. 20. What does the use of the formalin jar indicate about the theme of the poem? A. The impermanence of life. B. The inevitability of death. C. The consequences of reckless behavior. D. The need for medical advancement. Answer: C. The consequences of reckless behavior. Explanation: The formalin jar serves as a stark reminder of how a single careless act can have permanent consequences. 50 MCQs, from the Formalin jar, by Dr. Ritais. Money, presented line by line. Introduction to the poem. 1. What is the main theme presented in the first line of the poem? A. Road safety. B. Life and death. C. The importance of family. D. Educational growth. Answer: A. Road safety. Explanation: The first line highlights the theme of road safety by introducing a fatal accident caused by recklessness. 2. What does the formalin jar symbolize in the poem? A place of honor. B. The consequences of negligence. C. A scientific discovery. D. A place of learning. Answer: B. The consequences of negligence. Explanation: The formalin jar represents the tragic outcome of reckless behavior, specifically Vicky's death. 3. Who is the specimen mentioned in the poem? A. Vicky's mother. B. Vicky. C. The poet's friend. D. The teacher. Answer: B. Vicky. Explanation: Vicky's brain is preserved as a specimen to serve as a lesson for others about road safety. 4. What is the significance of Vicky's brain being preserved in a jar? A. To display scientific achievement. B. To remind others of the consequences of recklessness. C. To celebrate his life. D. To analyze his intelligence. Answer: B. To remind others of the consequences of recklessness. Explanation: The brain is preserved as a grim reminder of how Vicky's carelessness led to his death. 5. How does the poem represent youth through Vicky's actions? A. Cautious and wise. B. Reckless and careless. C. Happy and fulfilled. D. Thoughtful and reflective. Answer: B. Reckless and careless. Explanation: Vicky is portrayed as a young, reckless individual who fails to see the danger of not wearing a helmet. Vicky's character and life. 6. What does Vicky's motto, "No pain, no gain," reflect about his attitude? A. Optimistic and carefree. B. Cautious and worried. C. Conflicted and unsure. D. Brave and determined. Answer: A. Optimistic and carefree. Explanation: Vicky's motto reflects the youthful belief that hard work brings rewards, yet he overlooks the dangers in his actions. 7. What role does Vicky's family play in the poem? A. They are indifferent to his choices. B. They provide him with guidance. C. They are unaware of his carelessness. D. They are devastated by his loss. Answer: D. They are devastated by his loss. Explanation: Vicky's family is deeply affected by his tragic accident, emphasizing the emotional impact of his death. 8. How does Vicky feel about his grandmother? A. He ignores her. B. He deeply respects and loves her. C. He is embarrassed by her. D. He rarely interacts with her. Answer: B. He deeply respects and loves her. Explanation: Vicky has affection for his grandmother, which is symbolic of the love and care in his personal life despite his reckless nature. 9. What does the brain refer to Vicky as in the poem? A foolish boy. B. A lost cause. C. A specimen for study. D. A young soul. Answer: C. A specimen for study. Explanation: The brain refers to itself and Vicky's brain as a specimen in the jar, symbolizing the consequences of Vicky's poor decision. 10. What is the cause of Vicky's tragic death? A. He was drunk. B. He was speeding. C. He did not wear a helmet. D. He was distracted. Answer: C. He did not wear a helmet. Explanation: Vicky's death was caused by his choice to not wear a helmet, despite knowing the risks of riding without one. Morals and messages. 11. What warning does the poem give about reckless driving? A. It's a small mistake with no consequences. B. It can lead to serious, irreversible consequences. C. It's acceptable in some situations. D. It can be forgiven easily. Answer: B. It can lead to serious, irreversible consequences. Explanation: The poem emphasizes that carelessness on the road can have tragic and permanent outcomes. 12. Why is the poem's message important for young people? A. To inspire them to take risks. B. To encourage them to ignore warnings. C. To teach them the importance of safety and responsibility. D. To focus on success at any cost. Answer: C. To teach them the importance of safety and responsibility. Explanation: The poem is a cautionary tale, urging young people to be mindful of their actions and the consequences of unsafe behavior. 13. What does the poet mean by describing Vicky's life as lost in vain? A. Vicky's life was meaningless. B. Vicky's death could have been avoided with caution. C. Vicky was too young to achieve anything. D. Vicky was not intelligent. Answer: B. Vicky's death could have been avoided with caution. Explanation: The poet highlights that Vicky's life was lost unnecessarily because a simple act of wearing a helmet could have prevented his death. 14. What does the brain feel about being preserved in a formalin jar? A. Pride. B. Humiliation. C. Happiness. D. Acceptance. Answer: B. Humiliation. Explanation: The brain feels insulted and degraded by being displayed as a specimen for others to observe, rather than being valued as a living part of Vicky. 15. What lesson is the poet trying to impart to the reader? A. Life is for living without worry. B. Safety is crucial and must never be ignored. C. Success requires taking risks. D. Living recklessly can be fun. Answer: B. Safety is crucial and must never be ignored. Explanation: The poem stresses the importance of taking precautions, such as wearing a helmet, to prevent tragic accidents. Symbolism and imagery. 16. What does the formalin jar symbolize in the poem? A. The preservation of knowledge. B. The inevitability of death. C. The vanity of life. D. The consequences of carelessness. Answer: D. The consequences of carelessness. Explanation: The formalin jar symbolizes the permanent consequence of Vicky's reckless behavior, as his brain is preserved to warn others. 17. How does the poet describe the moment of Vicky's accident? A. A glorious event. B. An avoidable disaster. C. A moment of freedom. D. A heroic sacrifice. Answer: B. An avoidable disaster. Explanation: the poet describes the moment of Vicky's accident as tragic and senseless, emphasizing how a small act of carelessness led to death. 18. What does the brain statement, "not a single move of the head," mean? A. Vicky's death was sudden. B. Vicky's brain was still active. C. Vicky's head was left unprotected. D. Vicky didn't feel pain. Answer: C. Vicky's head was left unprotected. Explanation: this refers to Vicky's failure to wear a helmet, leaving his head unprotected and vulnerable during the accident. 19. What emotion does the poet evoke through the image of the Formalin jar? A. Joy. B. Regret and sorrow. C. Anger. D. Satisfaction. Answer: B. Regret and sorrow. Explanation: the poet uses the Formalin jar to evoke a sense of deep regret and sorrow over the loss of Vicky's life due to his own carelessness. 20. What does Vicky's brain symbolize in the poem? A. The fragility of life. B. The power of education. C. The success of youth. D. The cruelty of fate. Answer: A. The fragility of life. Explanation: Vicky's brain symbolizes the fragility of life, which can be lost due to a single reckless choice, like riding without a helmet. Impact of Vicky's death. 22. What is the significance of Vicky's brain being preserved in a Formalin jar? A. To honor his achievement. B. To preserve a part of his mind for research. C. To serve as a warning to others. D. To celebrate his intellectual abilities. Answer: C. To serve as a warning to others. Explanation: the brain is preserved in the Formalin jar to remind others of the consequences of reckless behavior on the road. 23. What does the Formalin jar represent in Vicky's life? A. Success. B. Life after death. C. The result of an avoidable accident. D. The joys of youth. Answer: C. The result of an avoidable accident. Explanation: the Formalin jar represents the permanent consequence of Vicky's reckless action of not wearing a helmet while riding. 24. What would Vicky's family have preferred over the Formalin jar? A. Vicky's success in life. B. A Medal of Honor. C. A museum exhibition of his brain. D. A better education for Vicky. Answer: A Vicky's success in life. Explanation: the family would have preferred Vicky's life to be a success rather than his brain being displayed as a tragic reminder. 25. Why does the poem criticize youth? A. For its naivety and inexperience. B. For being reckless and careless. C. For being too focused on studies. D. For being overly cautious. Answer: B. For being reckless and careless. Explanation: the poem criticizes the reckless behavior of youth, as Vicky's actions lead to a tragic and preventable death. 26. What does the poem suggest about the inevitability of accidents? A. They are unavoidable and part of life. B. They happen when one least expects them. C. They can be prevented with caution. D. They are part of growing up. Answer: C. They can be prevented with caution. Explanation: the poem highlights that with the right precautions, such as wearing a helmet, accidents like Vicky's can be prevented. 27. How does the poem emphasize the impact of a single decision? A. By describing Vicky's life in detail. B. By showing how one reckless choice can change everything. C. By focusing on Vicky's final moments. D. By celebrating Vicky's decisions. Answer: B. By showing how one reckless choice can change everything. Explanation: the poem underscores how a single, careless decision like not wearing a helmet can lead to irreversible consequences. 28. What emotion does the Formalin jar evoke in the poem? A. Relief. B. Anger. C. Sorrow and regret. D. Happiness. Answer: C. Sorrow and regret. Explanation: the Formalin jar evokes sorrow and regret over Vicky's preventable death, and serves as a grim reminder of the importance of safety. 29. What is the poem's stance on road safety? A. It is a personal choice. B. It is crucial for survival. C. It is overrated. D. It is only important for old people. Answer: B. It is crucial for survival. Explanation: the poem stresses that road safety, including wearing helmets, is essential for survival and preventing accidents. 30. How does the poet feel about the youth's attitude towards safety? A. The poet feels indifferent. B. The poet is angry and disappointed. C. The poet is proud of the youth's confidence. D. The poet is happy for the youth. Answer. B. The poet is angry and disappointed. Explanation. The poet expresses disappointment in the youth's recklessness and their disregard for safety measures like wearing helmets. Legacy and reflection. 31. What is Vicky's legacy in the poem? A. A model of achievement. B. A cautionary tale. C. A hero of the community. D. A forgotten memory. Answer. B. A cautionary tale. Explanation. Vicky's tragic death becomes a cautionary tale for others, teaching the importance of safety and responsibility. 32. What message does the brain in the Formalin jar convey to the reader? A. Youth should take risks. B. Recklessness can lead to death. C. Life should be lived to the fullest without rules. D. Success requires no effort. Answer. B. Recklessness can lead to death. Explanation. The brain's presence in the jar serves as a stark reminder that reckless behavior can have fatal consequences. 33. What does the poet want the youth to learn from Vicky's death? A. To ignore road safety rules. B. To live recklessly. C. To prioritize safety and wear helmets. D. To take more risks. Answer. C. To prioritize safety and wear helmets. Explanation. The poet urges the youth to learn the importance of road safety and to always take necessary precautions. 34. What role does Vicky's brain play in the poem? A. It serves as a lesson for the future. B. It represents the idea of immortality. C. It symbolizes Vicky's intelligence. D. It shows Vicky's potential. Answer. A. It serves as a lesson for the future. Explanation. Vicky's brain is used as a lesson to highlight the consequences of not following basic safety measures like wearing a helmet. 35. How does the poem describe the accident? A. As a heroic sacrifice. B. As an unfortunate but avoidable event. C. As a tragic but inevitable consequence. D. As a minor incident. Answer. B. As an unfortunate but avoidable event. Explanation. The poem reflects on how the accident could have been easily avoided had Vicky taken the necessary precautions. Final reflection and warnings. 36. What does the poem ultimately warn the reader about? A. To avoid all forms of transportation. B. To respect the value of life and avoid careless actions. C. To ignore warnings from others. D. To take more risks to enjoy life. Answer. B. To respect the value of life and avoid careless actions. Explanation. The poem warns readers to value their life and to avoid reckless behavior, particularly when it comes to road safety. 37. What does the Formalin jar say about Vicky's potential? A. It was wasted due to his recklessness. B. He had a bright future ahead. C. He would have been successful without the accident. D. He was too young to achieve anything. Answer. A. It was wasted due to his recklessness. Explanation. Vicky's potential is wasted because of his inability to act safely, leading to his preventable death. 38. What does the poet's tone suggest about the situation? A. Optimistic. B. Angry and regretful. C. Cheerful. D. Neutral. Answer. B. Angry and regretful. Explanation. The poet's tone reflects anger and regret over the loss of life due to a simple and avoidable mistake. 39. What lesson should be learned from the poem? A. Life is meant to be lived recklessly. B. Safety should always be a priority. C. Youth should ignore all advice. D. Road rules are unimportant. Answer. B. Safety should always be a priority. Explanation. The poem teaches that no success or thrill is worth risking one's life, urging readers to prioritize safety at all times. 40. What does Vicky's brain ultimately represent in the poem? A. A symbol of eternal life. B. A tool for scientific research. C. A cautionary symbol of the dangers of recklessness. D. A reminder of Vicky's dreams. Answer. C. A cautionary symbol of the dangers of recklessness. Explanation. Vicky's brain represents the tragic consequences of carelessness and serves as a warning for others. Legacy and lessons for the youth. 41. How does the brain feel about being displayed in the Formalin jar? A. Proud and honored. B. Insulted and humiliated. C. Indifferent. D. Happy and satisfied. Answer: B. Insulted and humiliated. Explanation: the brain feels insulted by being displayed as a specimen, representing Wiki's wasted potential. 42. What does the poet hope for the future generation? A. To disregard road safety. B. To learn from past mistakes and prioritize safety. C. To live without concern for consequences. D. To ignore the importance of helmets. Answer: B. To learn from past mistakes and prioritize safety. Explanation: the poet hopes the youth will learn from Wiki's tragic accident and take safety seriously. 43. What does Wiki's tragic accident symbolize? A. The unpredictability of life. B. The value of hard work. C. The consequences of ignoring safety. D. The importance of family. Answer: C. The consequences of ignoring safety. Explanation: Wiki's accident represents how a simple oversight, such as not wearing a helmet, can result in life-ending consequences. 44. What is the effect of Wiki's death on his family, according to the poem? A. They are indifferent to it. B. They turn their grief into action. C. They are devastated and mourning. D. They move on quickly. Answer: C. They are devastated and mourning. Explanation: Wiki's family is deeply affected by his loss, highlighting the emotional cost of reckless behavior. 45. What does the poet want to convey about youth's decision making? A. Youth should make decisions without fear. B. Youth should consider the consequences of their actions. C. Youth should ignore warnings. D. Youth should take risks to achieve success. Answer: B. Youth should consider the consequences of their actions. Explanation: the poet stresses the importance of responsible decision making, particularly regarding road safety. 46. What does the brain's presence in the Formalin jar suggest about Wiki's life? A. It was a life full of achievement. B. It was wasted due to a single mistake. C. It ended happily. D. It was an exemplary life. Answer: B. It was wasted due to a single mistake. Explanation: the brain in the jar symbolizes how one mistake, not wearing a helmet, led to Wiki's untimely death. 47. How does the poet describe the moment of Wiki's death? A. As an act of heroism. B. As a tragic and senseless mistake. C. As a natural part of life. D. As a long anticipated event. Answer: B. As a tragic and senseless mistake. Explanation: Wiki's death is described as unnecessary and avoidable, emphasizing the importance of safety precautions. 48. What does the poet suggest youth should do to avoid accidents? A. Ignore safety measures. B. Focus only on speed. C. Prioritize safety and wear helmets. D. Take risks to enjoy life. Answer: C. Prioritize safety and wear helmets. Explanation: the poem emphasizes the importance of wearing helmets and practicing caution to avoid tragic accidents. 49. What message is being conveyed to the reader through Wiki's tragic story? A. Life is meant to be lived recklessly. B. There is no need for caution when riding. C. Small decisions, like wearing a helmet, can save lives. D. Accidents are always unavoidable. Answer: C. Small decisions, like wearing a helmet, can save lives. Explanation: the poem underscores that minor actions, such as wearing a helmet, can prevent a tragic end. 50. What final lesson does the poet hope to impart to the audience? A. To disregard safety for a more adventurous life. B. To always take safety seriously, particularly while riding. C. To ignore the consequences of road accidents. D. To seek immediate excitement without worrying about risks. Answer: B. To always take safety seriously, particularly while riding. Explanation: the final message of the poem is clear. Safety is paramount, and one careless decision can lead to irreversible consequences. Here are 20 MCQs with explanations based on the glossary terms. 1. What does the word specimen mean in the poem? A display of wealth. B. A living creature. C. A sample for scientific study. D. A memory. Answer: C. A sample for scientific study. Explanation: a specimen refers to an object or part used for scientific study, as seen with Wiki's brain being preserved in the Formalin jar. 2. What does the word formalin refer to in the poem? A type of plant. B. A chemical compound used to preserve biological specimens. C. A natural substance. D. A compound used in medicine. Answer: B. A chemical compound used to preserve biological specimens. Explanation: Formalin is used to preserve Vicky's brain in the poem, symbolizing the consequences of his reckless actions. 3. What does the word disdain mean? A. To admire. B. To act with joy. C. To feel unworthy of respect. D. To feel indifferent. Answer: C. To feel unworthy of respect. Explanation: Disdain means a feeling of contempt or unworthiness of respect, reflected in Vicky's brain being preserved as a specimen. 4. What is the meaning of insulted in the poem? A. To feel honored. B. To feel proud. C. To feel humiliated. D. To feel indifferent. Answer: C. To feel humiliated. Explanation: The brain feels insulted as it is displayed as a specimen, suggesting the shame of being reduced to an object after a life lost. 5. What does naivety mean in the context of Vicky's actions? A. Cautiousness. B. Foolishness. C. Honesty. D. Knowledge. Answer: B. Foolishness. Explanation: Naivety refers to Vicky's lack of awareness of the dangers around him, especially in disregarding road safety measures like wearing a helmet. 6. What does motto refer to in Vicky's life? A. A declaration of truth. B. A guiding principle or saying. C. A personal goal. D. A mantra for meditation. Answer: B. A guiding principle or saying. Explanation: A motto is a guiding principle, and Vicky's motto, no pain, no gain, reflects his approach to life. 7. What does tragic mean in the poem's context? A. Joyful. B. Funny. C. Sad and full of sorrow. D. Unimportant. Answer: C. Sad and full of sorrow. Explanation: The poem describes Vicky's death as tragic, emphasizing how a small mistake led to a loss of life and potential. 8. What is meant by recklessness in the poem? A. Caution. B. Careful decision making. C. Acting without thinking of consequences. D. Always following the rules. Answer: C. Acting without thinking of consequences. Explanation: Recklessness describes Vicky's decision not to wear a helmet, ignoring the possible fatal consequences of that action. 9. What does preserved mean in the context of Vicky's brain? A. Displayed in a museum. B. Stored for research purposes. C. Kept in a safe place with no value. D. Left in the same condition without harm. Answer: B. Stored for research purposes. Explanation: Vicky's brain is preserved in the formalin jar for educational purposes, serving as a warning to others. 10. What does inane mean when describing Vicky's final moment? A. Serious and thoughtful. B. Completely avoidable and foolish. C. Exciting and enjoyable. D. Necessary for growth. Answer: B. Completely avoidable and foolish. Explanation: Inane refers to something senseless and meaningless, describing Vicky's final moment of carelessness as completely avoidable. 11. What does specimen imply about the nature of Vicky's brain in the poem? A. A useless object. B. A symbol of success. C. A preserved object for scientific study. D. A symbol of hope. Answer: C. A preserved object for scientific study. Explanation: Vicky's brain is preserved as a specimen to teach others about the dangers of not following basic safety rules. 12. What does futility mean regarding Vicky's death? A. It was a purposeful end. B. It was a tragic but meaningful death. C. It was a pointless and avoidable loss. D. It was inevitable and necessary. Answer: C. It was a pointless and avoidable loss. Explanation: The poet emphasizes the futility of Vicky's death, which could have been easily avoided by wearing a helmet. 13. What does the word gory mean when describing the accident? A. Minor and insignificant. B. Full of blood and violence. C. Pleasant and enjoyable. D. Easy to accept. Answer: B. Full of blood and violence. Explanation: Gory refers to something gruesome or violent, describing the horrific nature of Vicky's fatal accident. 14. What does unattainable imply about the dreams Vicky had? A. They were never important. B. They were impossible to achieve due to his death. C. They were within his reach. D. They were ignored by everyone. Answer: B. They were impossible to achieve due to his death. Explanation: Vicky's dreams are described as unattainable because his life was cut short by a preventable accident. 15. What is the meaning of preservation in the context of the poem? A. Keeping something in its original state for a purpose. B. Forgetting it over time. C. Destroying it for research. D. Sharing it with the public. Answer: A. Keeping something in its original state for a purpose. Explanation: Vicky's brain is preserved to serve as a lesson for others, illustrating the consequences of his reckless behavior. 16. What does bitterness mean in the poem's context? A. Sweetness of memory. B. A feeling of disappointment and resentment. C. Happiness from life. D. A feeling of triumph. Answer: B. A feeling of disappointment and resentment. Explanation: The brain's bitterness reflects regret and anger at being displayed after Vicky's senseless and tragic death. 17. What does invisibility refer to in the poem? A. Vicky's life being forgotten. B. The brain not being visible to others. C. The unnoticed value of life. D. Vicky's disappearance from the world. Answer: C. The unnoticed value of life. Explanation: The invisibility implies how Vicky's life was cut short, and the importance of life is often only realized too late. 18. What does guilt imply about the situation? A. It's a reminder of Vicky's youthful mistakes. B. It's a sign of strength. C. It's a necessary part of life. D. It's irrelevant to the situation. Answer: A. It's a reminder of Vicky's youthful mistakes. Explanation: The guilt felt by those who witnessed the tragic consequences of Vicky's death shows how his choices have long-lasting effects. 19. What is the meaning of foolish in the context of the poem? A. Courageous. B. Wise. C. Lacking common sense and reasoning. D. Creative. Answer: C. Lacking common sense and reasoning. Explanation: Foolish describes Vicky's decision to not wear a helmet, which leads to his tragic and avoidable death. 20. What does long-lasting mean when describing the effect of Vicky's death? A. Temporary. B. Quick to forget. C. Having enduring emotional effects. D. Easily forgotten. Answer: C. Having enduring emotional effects. Explanation: Vicky's death has a long-lasting emotional impact on his family, and serves as an unforgettable lesson for others. Thank you. Purushottam Raut. Next to learn.